This is Dave Weber, independent candidate for the U.S. Senate for 20 with what you need to know. And today's topic is simply the unhinged left. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you pay attention just to the mainstream channels, the mainstream news, as you have it, what President Trump refers to as the fake news. But if you do only watch those channels, you're missing a lot of news that they don't want you to see. And today is an example of one of those types of news stories. Ever since President Trump was inaugurated in January of 2017, they have done nothing but try to obstruct, resist, and take down his presidency. It started with day one. Well, yesterday or earlier this week, a new low was hit, and this abolish ICE movement that seems to be sweeping the Democratic Party. In Portland, Oregon, an ICE center was surrounded and threatened and harassed by protesters as well as members of Antifa. And if you don't know who Antifa is, it's a gang of people who uh, support President Trump and support the conservative line of thinking. And they get into, there's violence involved. They wear black masks to cover their faces. They have a flag. It's a lot like the domestic version of ISIS, except they haven't killed anybody yet. But it's only a matter of time before that happens, in my opinion. So in Portland, Oregon, people were at work in the office, in the center that ICE has there, and they were absolutely harassed and surrounded and forced to lock themselves in the building while the people chanted things at them and yelled at them and cursed at them. And they finally called 911 for fear for their lives, fear for their safety. Well, the Portland mayor refused to send police to help them unless there was an imminent threat to their safety, that someone was actually attacking them. Can you imagine that? What level has the left sunk to? This is the movement, abolish ICE, that your Democratic representatives and candidates are backing, are using as their platform. Is this really how you want your representatives to have this country become? Is this what you're going to vote for? This kind of activity? These people, all they were doing is their jobs, which, by the way, is to root out the criminal, alien, or immigration people who are committing felonies. The people of Portland, Oregon, for days, this went on for days, were left unprotected from illegal immigrants committing heinous crimes all over the place. And they could do nothing. This ICE office could do nothing about it because they were harassed by somebody who disagrees with their mission, which is to protect them. It's senseless. It's almost unbelievable, but it happened. It happened, and it happened with not a word from any of the Democratic leadership. Nobody said, "Hey, we got to stop this." No, nothing. Crickets. Not a peep from any of the Democratic leaders or Democratic candidates or our sitting senator in New York, Kirsten Gillibrand. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be aware before you vote. You need to have somebody representing you who will not tolerate this kind of activity, this kind of really un-American way of using free speech as the excuse to do this stuff. It's wrong, pure wrong. It's illegal, but nothing happens to these people. They need to be stopped. You need a senator in the state of New York who will not just send out mailers, who will not just appear on TV, who will not send you videos on Facebook saying how awful Kirsten Gillibrand's policies are and she hasn't done anything. You need somebody who will actually stand up to her and say, look, Gillibrand, you need to go. And this person is not the GOP representative, is not the GOP nominee. You're looking at him. I may not be the youngest or most fashionable looking person in the world. I'm not rich, but I'm tough and I will not tolerate this kind of activity, uh, not only for the people of New York, but for the people of our country. Has to stop and we need to push back. People, wake up. Wake up, voters. Look at what's going on around you. Look at the news. Look at Fox News every once in a while. Look at the papers and find the stories that tell the truth. Mainstream media would not cover this. You won't find it on mainstream media because they don't want you to see it. They're all part of the far left movement to try to take down President Trump at any cost, even your safety. So I say, let's vote in more people who are not tied to any particular party. The Democrat and Republican system is broken. We need people. We don't need parties. We don't need partisanship. We need people who care about people, people who will do what's right, not what somebody pays them for. Thank you. That's what you need to know today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.